Hello guys, I'm Ram from Rising YoungStars and today I will be introducing you to Python data types. So let's get started. To start off with data types, first let's see what are the different data types. In Python there are 6 different data types. The first one is text type, which has string. The second one is numeric type, which has int, float and complex. The third one is sequence type, which has list, tuples and range. The fourth one is mapping type, which has dictionary. The fifth one is set, which has set and frozen set. And finally we have the Boolean, which has the bool operator. So before that, if you want to note down these, you can take a screenshot of this screen. Okay, let's get back to our screen. So before we start off, I would like to tell you we are only going to use variables here, and if you're not thorough with variables or you want to learn variables, you can check out our previous video where we explain variables and strings. Okay, now that I've said this, let's get started. In this tutorial, we'll be showing only one function, that is the type function, because that's the main function for data types. So here first, as I have told, the first type is text type. Let's start with that. In text type we have only string. So let's give a variable name x and let's give a string. Okay, let the string be Python. Okay, so now we want to find out the type. So for using that function, as you know, we have to put the print function, a bracket, and I put the function in type and a pair of brackets to call the function. So within these pair of brackets to call a function, you have to put the variable name, which get the type of the data as the output. So let's run this. As you can see, we have got class str. Str is nothing but string in a short form. This class over here, as you can see, is basically telling the type. They have just called it a class. Okay, the second type is numeric type. In numeric type, there are 3 categories, that is int, float and complex. So before we try to use the function, let me first explain you the 3. Int is basically the whole number without any point or decimal point or a fraction or anything. Just this number or this or this without any point or anything. Okay, so let's try with int first. So let's give a variable name again as x itself, and let's give a number 7, and let's give the function. So type, as I told you, and the pair of brackets and the variable name inside the brackets. So that will give you the type of the data given in the variable. So here, as you can see, I have told you what is class is the type, and int is basically int. Int is just the whole number part as I told you, and this is only the whole number. Okay, next let's use the float. So for float, let's give 5.6, which is just random, no reason. Okay, and print type x. Okay, I think you should be knowing the output. As you can see, it's float because it's a floating integer. So class is the type and float is the type of function. So now we are going to see the complex type. So what are complex numbers? Complex numbers are basically like imaginary numbers with a letter, and that letter is always J because it works only with J. So let's give it x is equal to 5j. Okay, so this is the complex number. I don't know why is it like this, but it's an imaginary number. You can find out more about this if you feel like. So again, the type function, and now we have to put the variable as usual. Okay, let's run this. Okay, as you can see, it says complex. Class is complex. Okay, next let's go to the sequence type. In sequence type there are three, that's list, tuples and range. So first we are going to see lists and tuples. The only thing difference in list and tuple is that list uses square brackets whereas tuples uses the normal curve brackets. So first let's use list. So let's give a list. Let's give apple as fruits. Okay, apple, and then banana, and orange. So this is a list. Okay, we'll be explaining lists in more detail in our further videos. So sorry for that. Print type x. So as you can see, it said list. So let's try it out even for tuples. Sorry, let's give the variable name x, and then tuple, as I told, is just normal brackets, and then let's give the same value, apple, banana, and orange. Okay, and print type x. Let's see this. So as you can see, it said it's tuple. The only difference, as I told, is only the brackets, and we'll be explaining this in our further videos, so don't worry. And the third range, so let's give a variable name. So variable name is, let's give 5 maybe. Yeah, I'll be showing more on these in this video itself, so stay tuned. X equal to 5, print, and then as usual type x. That's it. As here, actually what you should put is range, and in bracket the 5 should come. Yeah, sorry for that. And as you can see, it said range 5. In a few minutes I'll be explaining all these, especially range and what it does. The next data type we are going to see is the mapping type, just dictionaries. So first let's create a dictionary. So by giving a variable name, a dictionary must be inside flower brackets. These are called flower brackets. And then let's give name and age. Okay, so name, and you must use this sign when you're using a dictionary. Name is from, and you want to even display the age. That is again the quotes. an age, and this, and age 15. It's just random. Okay. Now we have to put the type function for this. So print type x. Let's run this. So as you can see, it's a class, that's the type dict. So the next set type is frozen set. Frozen set is nothing but the set. It's nothing but the set with the frozen set written. So I'll show you that. So just put frozen set. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Frozen set and a pair of brackets because it's a function here, and a pair of this, and apple, banana, cherry. Okay, now let's print this. Print and then x. Let's run this. So as you can see, we got frozen set. Now let's see, what if we don't put this frozen set? So as you can see, it turns it into string. So the main reason for it to be called as a frozen set and for it to work is this word, that is the frozen set. Yeah. So we have the last type of data type, that is the Boolean type. Boolean type has one function, that's the bool, which is nothing but true and false. So we'll just try that. So x is equal to, remember when you put true or false, the first letter must be capital always, or else you'll get an error saying it's not defined. So print type x. So let's print this. So as you can see, it said bool. So let's even try it out with false. Okay, false, and then type x. Let's run this. Oh great. So here we have finished with finding the type. So now we are going to see how to change a data type to the other. So let's start with string. String, actually there's nothing but just I'll show you how to do that because you can't change it. So first I'll put str, as you know in Python it's called str, and a bracket, quotes, Python, and then print x. Run this. So it just said Python, not a big deal here. Now it actually starts here when in the numeric type. So let's put numeric type. So here let's put int first. Let's try out int. So let's put int and I put the brackets and then give a floating integer, 2.4 maybe, yeah, random, and print it. Print x. So let's see. So as you can see, we changed the floating integer into integer. So this right here, int, changes whatever is inside. Suppose if this was int itself, there would be no change. And okay, let's try again by putting a complex number. So x is equal to, again int, and then 1j. So what does it say? It says, as you can see here, type error, can't convert complex to int. So what this means that a complex number cannot be changed into int. Okay, now let's try with float. Let's put x is equal to float in brackets 4, and then print x. So as you can see, it made it into a floating point integer. Put 4.0. That's all. And let's try if we can convert a complex number into float. So x is equal to, again, float and then give 6j. Now print command x. So again it said can't convert complex to float. So that means complex number cannot be converted into any other number. Okay, why not we try changing a complex to a int or a float? Let's try that. So let's put complex 4. Let's see what happens. Small mistake, sorry for that. Print x. Oh, so as you can see, a complex can be changed into an integer, but an integer cannot be changed into a complex. Okay, let's see. What about float? That's a question. Again, complex 4.5 and then print x. So yeah, so as you can see, a complex can be converted into an int and float, but an integer or a float cannot be converted into complex. So let's move on to the sequence type, lists. So let's create a list. X, as I've told you, a list needs to have this. Here, just to keep it short, first we have to put what do we want to change it to. Okay, let's put this and then change it into a tuple. So for changing it into tuple, put another bracket because a tuple needs to be in a normal brackets. So let's give tuple. Let's just keep it short and let's see if it works. Print x. Run this. So as you can see, it got changed into a list, and if you have noticed, it has split the word to tuple letter by letter in the form of a list. Okay, let's try changing list into a range into a list. List range 6 maybe, yeah, that's good. And print x. Okay, let's run this, hope it works. Oh wow, it does work, and it gets it in a list form from range till 6. But as you have noticed, I have given 6 here, but only numbers till 5 have come. That is because in range or any value you give till the maximum value, the highest value you have given, for example here we have given 6, that value won't be displayed. So, but the starting number you have mentioned, for example you put 1 will come. So that is the difference. Okay, let's try with tuple. X is equal to tuple, and then let's give a list, and then list, and then print x. Let's try this. Oh, as you can see, created it into a tuple. So the difference is, as you can see, the brackets, not a big difference as you can see. And okay, I think it'll even change. Okay, let's just find out. And then tuple, and then range 9, print x. So let's run this. So as you can see, it changed it into a tuple and just displayed all the numbers till 9, leaving out 9. Okay, so we have seen how to change tuple. Let's try changing range. So x is equal to range, and then let's give a list first. List. Let's try this. Hope it works. Print x. Run this. It says, what does it say? List object cannot be interpreted as an integer. It says, since range displays numbers, this is a string, that is basically a word, so it cannot be converted. So by seeing this, even tuple won't work, because in tuple also we use word. But if you use a number or anything in a list, it will work, or it might not. Should we try? Yes. Range, and then let's make a list. Now one thing you should understand here is, if anything works in list, it will work in tuple also. So let's just give a number 8, and then print x. Okay, let's run this. So as you can see, it says the same error. List cannot be interpreted as an integer. So in list cannot be converted into range, and so as a tuple, because it's just a bracket change and not the data change. So it's gonna be the same. So let's not waste time and move on to dictionaries. So dictionaries, since there's only one type, let's give a list and try to change it into a dictionary. So let's give x is equal to dict, because that is the function in Python for dictionary, and then list, and then give the print function. Just got minimized. Fine, let's not get distracted. Print x. Okay, run. So what does it say? Dic- Dictionary update sequence element 0 has length 4 2 is required. So what does it say is basically you need two values. So should we try that? Okay. X is equal to dict and list. Let's give list and tuple as an example. Print X. Okay, let's just scroll down. Print X and run this. Oh, so basically a list nor a tuple can be converted into a dictionary. So the next type we are going to see is the set type, which has frozen set and set. So first let's try changing a set to frozen set. So give frozen set and a bracket, this, and then just give set and print X. Let's run this. Okay, this happens sometimes. Ignore it. So as you can see, the set got converted into a frozen set here. Great. So why not we try putting, instead of these flower brackets here, let's try putting the normal bracket. So again, frozen set and then brackets set print X, run this, and it's the same results. So frozen set to set, set to frozen set, the brackets don't matter. Okay, now let's try frozen set to set. So let's give a set and then give brackets and then this, and then this, and then comma E comma T. Good, good. And let's put the print command. Print X and run. Cool. So as you can see, a set, we are given it in order, but it reversed the order. So it got converted into a frozen set. Why don't we try with the normal brackets? And then paste it here. Set. Let's just change the brackets. Put a normal one. Remove this. Remove this one here. Another one. And another one. And print hex. Oh, so as you can see, a frozen set cannot be changed into a set, whereas a set can be changed into a frozen set. Okay, so finally we have arrived at the Boolean data type. So Boolean is just bool, as you know. Let's give bool. So bool, and then let's give 5. Okay, I'll be doing more on this, and later on I'll be explaining, after this I'll be explaining you every type, how they work and what it is, the main ones. Okay, let's think about this for now, and then print x. Print x, run. Ooh. Oh, I made a mistake. I didn't give. Okay, sorry for that. It is true. Okay, now let's give a addition equation. So x is equal to bool, and let's give 3 plus 5 is equal to just random numbers, and then print x, and then let's see what happens. So it says syntax error. Expressions cannot contain assignments. Perhaps you meant equal. So here you should not put a single equal. You should give a double equal because you're asking it if it's equal. So let's run this. So as you see, now it worked. It says false. And you want, let's give a true equation. So bool 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Sorry, equal to 8. Never forget that. Enter print x, run this. It says true. Wow. Okay, now let's try using the greater than or less than signs. We'll try using all the signs now. First, the greater than sign. 3 plus 5 is smaller than or equal to, run this. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for that. Very sorry. Should not be happening. I forgot the print command too. How could this happen? Okay. Hope it works. Now it is true. Hope you guys realize this. How could anyone miss this? Now it should work. Now what? Yeah, it's true. That's because 3 plus 5 is 8, and 8 is smaller than 355. So now let's try with the greater sign. So x is equal to bool, in brackets let's give 4 plus 7 is greater than or equal to 34. Print x, run this. It says false. Yeah, it is false because 4 plus 7 is 11, and 11 is smaller than 34 and not greater. Okay, now I will explain you all the, range, string, and everything. So string, I don't think I have to explain you much. It's just a word written in between quotes, just like this is a string. Interesting, right? So there's not much for string. And so the next type, let's go for the list and list, set, and tuple. So list, what happens? So list basically list, tuple, and set. The major difference is the brackets. That is the only difference and nothing else. You don't have to worry about code. Nothing changes, only brackets. The list, they use this this for set, and this for lists, and this is for tuples. That's all is the difference. So nothing to know about it. And the next type is the range. Yeah, let's talk about range. Range is basically if you give, for example, you want, let's give a variable x. X is equal to range 6. Okay, let's give 6 and print x. Okay, so as you can see it says 0 to 6. So here you have to give 0 to 6. That is, let me show you again. It's very easy. The concept is very easy. 0 comma 6 and then print x. Let's run this. So it says 0 to 6. So basically what should happen here is it should say 1 2 3 4 5 6 5 till 5. No, it does not include the 0. Okay, so let's give a word. So let's give x is equal to x is equal to Python. So it's basically used when any value is given. It does not work just like that. So I just showed you as an example over there, but here I'll show you. Python, okay, and the print command, what you should do, range, let's give 6 and let's see what happens. Does not work. Okay, it always says range 0 to 6. Okay, let's leave it. Let's move on to frozen set. The difference between frozen set and set does not matter on the brackets, but then as you saw, in set it just came as this within quotes, but then in frozen set it came as S, sorry, T, E, and S. So the major difference is in set it just comes as it is, but then in a frozen set it splits the word and comes in the opposite format. Okay, next is dictionaries. Dictionary, as you can see, I'll show you. This is a dictionary that we have seen the conversion for it. Let's see what's a dictionary. So dictionary is basically like a set, but then where it holds the value, it gives the what it is and the value. Okay, instead of type, let's just give x. Okay, just for your understanding, let's run this. So what do you see here? This is the cell, don't be confused. It says name Ram, age 15. So I gave the data there and it comes. So in this way you're able to understand the given data in a better and organized manner. Okay, so next let's see what are Boolean operators. Boolean operator is nothing but true and false. As you saw that, we just asked if it's true or not. It just said true and false, nothing else, just nothing. For example, we gave, okay, let's give another. Pi plus, sorry, another. Let's go back to our cell. So yeah, example, 4 plus 5 is equal 10. Let's run this. is false. That is because 4 plus 5 is 9 and not 10. That is what we did for the Boolean operators here. You see, true, false, and nothing else. So we have covered all the topics in data types. So that's for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.